penalty for him for the race. Joking, I don't actually give a shit enough. That's still spinning around on the inters, I'm guessing, or Latifi. Probably Latifi known for luck. Meow. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. We've seen it all. We've won the lot. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you're in the league, we have got a Fast Ones Pro Clubs up. So come join it. You got the Mighty Shed. The Mighty Shed as El Capitan. It's going to be madness. You want to be there. But that McLaren spinning, by the way, that was Latifi. That was not Dilb. Dilb has not left the pitch yet. So Latifi doing what they do best. But Hazard is going to be out here today. Can he get pole in the Red Bull teamed with the GOAT of F1RL, Andy Moore? You've got Remote in the AlphaTauri replacing Hoffers for today's race. Obviously, Hoffers really good start in Japan. Just couldn't attend today. Hopefully he attends next week. We want to see that from him. Once again, Neo Keo not turning up. 2 races out of 2 now in the Ferrari. Might have to look at a possible seat change depending on how stuff goes here today. But all I know is that Hazard's going to be the first one to do a push lap. I'm just going to see what the track's saying, because that looks horrible out there. I wouldn't wish that for my worst enemy. Hopefully I put on strict track limits. That's what I want to check real quick. I know Hazard's starting his lap. I mean, you can look at Hazard in the background. It is on strict, thank God for that. So into turn 1, Hazard goes. Lovely turn 1. Kota is a great track in my opinion. And everyone in the Discord loved it when they got chosen today. Especially Sim Racing Newbie. Hazard sending the car just... The traction on that Red Bull looks very good for them corners, but for the rest of the lap we will not know. Invalid, rides too much curb. I know that he's backed off, charged the ERS, and he's going to have to go again, warm them tyres up a bit more on an out lap. Andy starts to push lap. I wanted to go to Elite Shots. Elite Shots has gone invalid as well. So there's a Williams next of Lewis. Farrell not making the race because he's a simp. So Lewis the only Williams out on track today. It's going to be good to see what he can do. He had a lot of pace during Japan for his first race back. I have to give him credit. He drove a lovely race. See, everyone's struggling for traction. Everyone, honestly, just struggling. It looks like they're really struggling out there. He's keeping the lap together well. In Silverstone opening concert lineup announced, it's Kings of Leon, which we knew. And I'm not going to be there for it because I'm going on. I could be there for it. I don't know. Dylan asking everyone to join VC when they're racing, but obviously no one likes him, so no one wants to join the VC. Neo, by the way, the Aston Martin, he's actually having a shower at the moment because that's how much this league actually matters. And Lewis got 151.9 is the lap that he sets. Don't know if that's good or not for this track in the wet, because I don't really see it race in the wet. I usually see it in the dry. So hopefully Latifi at 59. So there's obviously a second improvement there. So Latifi obviously finding a bit more traction than Lewis has. Parallel Harry is sending at the moment through sector 1, now sector 2 even. He's looking strong. It said purple, whether that's purple telemetry glitch or an actual purple, we don't know, but let's follow Hazard for the rest of the laps. More cars will be crossing the line. Nova P3, Remote a 49.5. See, that's a difference when people race and people find the traction out there. But you see Hazard is now pushing the car to the limits as he comes down to the end of the back straight and to the end of sector 2. That rain looks horrific out there. Whether it's going to clear up or not before qualifying ends, maybe someone could get an intermediate lap in. We don't know, but all I know is Hazard will not stop. It's a 12.7. 1:12.7. Second set in the second sector. It's purple multimetry sliding all over the place, but he's not giving up on this lap whatsoever. The Red Bull looking calm and composed. He might be sliding everywhere, but he knows that if he gives up now, he's definitely not going to get decent lap times in. I know it's his first banker lap, but he needs to get a banker lap. Banker laps are so key. On his hot lap near the end, if he doesn't have a banker lap in near the end, he hasn't got a lap time. It's done. If he messed up his push lap, it's done. So what is Hazard going to set then, ladies and gentlemen? Hazard crosses the line and goes P2 at 49.9 for the Red Bull driver. Logan facing the wrong way as usual. Elite shots invalid once again, going for another lap. Thunder is completing a push lap now. What's Thunder going to set as he comes through the final corner? It's P6 at 53 dead. Nova at 54.4. Normal pace for him whether it's rain or not. Dilb's invalid. Pencil's invalid. Junior's invalid. Massa's invalid on an outlap. Andy Moore on an outlap, not invalid. So a lot of drivers keep struggling to keep it within track limits. Harbs is on an outlap though, may I mention. And look, that is my GOAT right there. That is my gaffer. That is my El Capitan in pro clubs. That is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sim Racing newbie in the Mercedes. His teammate Smiffy, who won last week, could not attend this week. That's a shame. Logan with a Dylan time. And JDM retires. Is that a crash then? And he's crashed with Junior. Well, that's going to need to be looked into. But Thunder out of session then. Has it on an invalid. Duraj goes P3 at 50.8. Sonic starts to push lap. Elite Shots has actually kept it in track limits now. So let's ride them with Elite Shots through the rest of the lap then. Madness. Anyway, Elite Shots sending it through the final sets then. So Elite Shots coming through the final corner of this qualifying lap. P5? P5. It's what I do. It is what I do. Andy starts his push. Let's ride on board with Mr. Moore. Hang on. As he sends up to the first corner. Now up the hill. Braking needs to be perfect. Can't go too deep. Chucking it down with rain in Kota. He gets a good exit at that first corner. Now send it through the quick left, right. So S's. The Kota S's. You see how much he's lifting just to keep it on track. But you've got to give him credit. He's keeping it on track well. Just losing probably a lot of time. And you see how deep he's going. He's struggling. Traction Sonic P8. In a moment. Logan P6 with 151.5. A respectable effort from him on his first proper banker lap. Let's see what he can do for the rest of the session. 8 minutes left. Over halfway through now of qualifying. And people still not being able to set laps due to track limits. And Andy struggling in that Red Bull car at the moment. Bit slidey here and there. Can't get the braking right. Can't get the acceleration right. I'm saying it's going to be a 154 along with Nova. Maybe even a 153 if he's lucky. All I know is that he looks like he's struggling out there. Because at the moment, 112 was Hazard's middle sector. And it's a 116.6. So, you see Hazard set at 49. He's 4 seconds up the pace. That is, yeah, Nova pace. So Andy Nova proper struggling during this qualifying session. I think everyone's struggling with the wet compound tyres out round Kota. It's not really what you expect. The Harbs, ladies and gentlemen, P3, 50.4. He'll be happy with that first lap time. But people will want to improve this, will want to fight the pole. People who don't think you get pole can get pole here today. It's the wet qualifying. Anything can happen. We've seen it before in real F1. Can we see it here in F1 RL? Andy crosses the line. It's a 54.9. I thought he was going to be in the 54s along with Nova, and he is. Pencil pushing it through the first section, and let's ride on board with the Alfa Romeo driver. We know that Pencil's got a lot of pace, and we know his hidden talents. We saw in Monaco Season 2 how good of a driver he is. We've seen in several other races how good of a driver he is. Like in Japan last race, he absolutely smashed Japan last race. In my opinion, Smiffy just had the edge of him in the end. Yes, Smiffy does like edging. Pencil, never mind, we move on. Sonic obviously with 52 dead, he'll want to improve that. Neo still not back. Master Jr. on their out laps now. Andy Moore on an in lap. Remote on a push lap, so we'll flick to him after we finish watching Pencil up nose. He's coming through the second sector now, end of the second sector. Needs to get the braking key, locks the rears, slides a bit, but carries on with his lap. And what's that? It is a 12.7. He looks quick. Oh, he's lost the car. He's lost the car, and it's unfortunate for Pencil up nose. What looked to be a good lap is no longer a lap in itself. Remote pushing now through the second sector, comes into the braking zone. You just watch Pencil mess up through these set of corners. I'm sure Remote won't mess up through these set of corners. He'll just slide. He's pushing the car, and it's 3 tenths up on his time. This is a very solid effort from the reserve driver in the AlphaTauri, but you see he's sliding, just a lack of traction with that wet track out there. Hopefully our drivers can find a bit more grip, and hopefully we see a few quicker lap times come into place. Is he backed up, or is he still going? I can't really tell. He's coming to the pits, so I'm guessing he did back up there. I thought he did. Massa is still going on his push lap. Let's go. Flicking to everyone. Like, just as they're going through sets of corners. It's 13.3, so Massa not really on the pace like his today's teammate Remote. It'd be interesting to see what he can do near the end of qualifying. I say near the end, with 5 minutes off for the end of qualifying. These are going to be the last few laps, in my opinion. Pencil, I'm guessing, is on another push lap. That 55 dead, he will not be happy with that at all. So Pencil sending it. That's a yellow flag, and that's a Haas and an Aston Martin. I'm guessing that is Sonic and Elite Shots. Massa is P3. He's made it to the front 2 rows. Parallel Harry on an outlap now, so he wants to improve that position. Jurash sliding all over the place. Oh yeah, he has to cut the track there, and that is Jurash's lap over. Latifi trying to generate heat in some tyres. Elite Shots, by the way, P7 so far, out qualifying Logan, Lewis and Sonic in the top 10. Hands down to Elite Shots there. Yes, he did come second in Tier 2 last season to myself, but we know, I'm joking, that is really big to mention out. But Elite Shots has got the pace, and I think he generally has got the pace to fight for some good points on his first race back this season. He's got the chrome helmet on in the Haas car. He's 3 tenths up on his time, may I mention as well. Someone's just set a lap there, and that is Pencil up nice, 50.2. That's more like it, Pencil. Pencil touched that P3 off Massa. There's going to be other cars on quicker laps coming your way, so do not go anywhere. Is that Elite Shots backing up? Yeah. I don't know, it might not be Elite Shots backing up. It is Elite Shots backing up, surely. I don't know. Logan's on a push lap. This is my goat right here. Let's run on board with Mr. Birch himself and sending it through the first sector. Obviously on his Fanatec wheel, ladies and gentlemen. The man has got a Fanatec wheel. Let's just not forget this. And look at the sliding. He did not want to race here today. And you can tell he did not want to race here today because he's struggling. Yeah, you see he's not happy with that at all. Lewis starts push lap. Dill starts a push lap. Was just done a push lap. I don't know how to tell. Neo's out! Ladies and gentlemen, Neo is out. Nova is out as well. Hazard starting his push lap now. So let's run on board with Hazard as he sends it through the first couple of corners. Is that just a wheel in the middle? Okay. It might not be. It might be a sign. I don't know. It's purple sector 1 is Hazard. This is absolutely beautiful to see. I've had one chat on the account, so I'm guessing that is Andy Moore promoting us. Of course it is. Andy Moore promoting us as usual. What? My goat, ladies and gentlemen. My goat. We love Andy Moore, honestly, teammate to my sexy bubs Hazard. I'm so cringe, man. I need to get a life. What am I doing? I'm commentating on a race in a league that can barely get 17 people to join. Anyway, moving on. Hazard's still sending it round. There's only 6.5 attempts up on his time. Hazard finding some serious pace now out on track. This is what we want to see. We want to see the pace happen. We want to see how quick these cars can go. So Hazard 48.8. Serious time there. So 48.8. Serious time for Hazard. He's not messing about. Latifi with a 50.3 out on track. Massa 50.4. Pencil not coming back out, so 50.2 will do him. Duraj on an invalid. Elite shots 50.5. It's not bad at all from him. You can see Logan is 7 tenths up on his time now. 51.5. So that puts him on a 50.8. But he has got an Alpine in front of him. And if the Alpine's not going to move out of the way, this is going to become a serious problem for Logan. The Alpine needing to watch himself, because you see Logan is a lot quicker driver, and he can happily report this for invalidation. It almost looks like invalidation from some angles. See, and look, Logan's sliding up track, managed to keep within track limits though somehow. So what's Logan going to say here? I'm saying Logan's going to be top 6, I reckon, if he can keep it smooth for the last few corners. It's top 4 for Logan, so he crosses the line. P4 in the end. Nova is starting a push lap. Nova is starting a push lap now. Someone's just set a time. I do not know who set a time. But has at the moment in provisional pole. Don't count remote out of it yet. No, Neo, sorry. P3 of 49.8. Logan retires with the 50.2. Latifi into the pits. Let's ride on board with remote then. For the last few... Well, this last sector almost. Half a lap left. Remote in P2 fighting for pole position. His teammate can also fight for pole position as he is ahead of him as well. Andy Moore finishes at 53.8. It's purple for remote. He's looking quick. Just can't mess up this last sector. Massa P4. Sonic P5. Sonic's found some pace, ladies and gentlemen. Dill finishes P13. Junior not to set a lap at the moment. And there's a spin at the end. And that looks like Massa spinning out the last corner or into the pit lane. Don't really know what one it was. I think it was into the pit lane. But will remote deny Hazard on the F1 RL pole position. The reserve driver crosses the line. Does not deny him. And Hazard, if all goes well, depending on Harb's lap. Harb's goes P3. Duraj on the lap. Duraj coming to the end of the lap. He's improving. He's gone invalid. Is Junior going to do better? Let's run on board with Junior. Junior sending it through the last few corners. He looks like he's on a good lap, to be fair, but how good is the lap? 44, 45, 46, 47. And it's a P3 to Red Bull lock out the second row. And no offence, but Nova is not denying anyone of a pole position. And he does not. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hazard is back in that Red Bull. And he has put it on pole for the Cota sprint race. It's for the Cota sprint race. So Parallel Hazard, or Parallel Harry Hazard, whatever you want to call him, P1, Remote P2, Junior with a late lap P3, Harbs P4, Neo P5, Master P6, Sonic P7, Logan P8, Pencil P9, Latifi ran out the top 10, and then you got Elite Shots, Duraj, Lewis, Dill, Thunder, Nova, and then Andy Moore rounding out the 17 drivers. This race is going to be something else. This sprint race is going to be something else. 7 laps of chaos, and I cannot wait to watch it. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be racing very soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are very close, and you hear the beeps in the background. We're going to be starting the COTA sprint race here. Sunset, you can see it's nice and dry out there for our drivers. But what's going to happen, we're only going to find out here live. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights. There's the 5. And when do they go? It's lights out and away we go for the COTA sprint race. Hazard getting a good launch. So does Remote. Hazard managed to cover off Remote well. All coming into first corner. Can they keep it all clean? You can see all the drivers. There's contact. Sonic and looks like Logan having a bit of contact there. Logan up into P5. Hazard leading the way though. And you can see Logan P5 very happy with that. And Sonic dropping down the field. Also having a moment. That is another car off track as well. And that's elite shots off the track. So drivers dropping down the grid and whatnot. But we'll take that for a nice and decently clean start. Remote trailing behind Hazard, however. Dill gets a move done on Nova. This is incredible to watch. See Sonic down in 17th. You see people making moves all over the place. Look at that. 3 wide in the background. But look at this battle here. Neo versus Pencil versus... who else is that? Thunder, maybe. No, the AlphaTauri Massa. You can see they're wheel to wheel. Everyone's fighting into these corners. Look at this. This is beautiful to see in the league. And just Pencil P6. Neo wants to make the move. And he's going to go for it. Down inside. Makes a bit of contact. And Massa drops down. Massa down the place. Contact in the back there. That is between Duraj and Lewis. Latifi managing to get P10 here. Look, more contact. They're both hitting each other. This is dirty driving. Duraj off the track. He's going to come back on. He better not take anyone out. No front wing missing there. And that's someone that is Latifi having a moment. 3 wide. There's surely going to be some contact there. This is ridiculous. Duraj retires from the session. No safety car or anything out. That is good to see. We don't want any safety car out. But Hazard is leading Remote still in the sprint race. Duraj leaves the session. He's done, even though it's a sprint race. Oh, he is ill, to be fair. So if Duraj has gone, there is understandable. The bloke is ill, and I appreciate him trying to turn up. Nova's already got slapped with a 3-second penalty. But the 2 Ferraris be loving this. A couple of points to get it done. Neo getting the move done on Pencil. Slides out the corner. It's going to allow Pencil to get a good exit. And the 2 cars behind him. This is going to be a 4-way battle down to the end of Sector 2. And look at him coming in to this corner at the end of the straight. Wheel to wheel, 3 wide. Pencil, Massa and Neo. Neo's going to go for it on the switchback, I'm guessing. Slides, doesn't get the best exit. Sliding all over the place. Just can't get the move done on anyone, just having to sit behind. Loses a couple of places there. People look like they're struggling for traction out there. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Dill gets like a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And breathe. So Hazard still leading this race. 3 laps in, fastest lap again, but DRS is now enabled. And my God, will we notice it from Hazard versus Remote? That's the battle we're going to have to watch out. 2 Ferraris just staying in formation. Massa, Pencil, Neo still fighting. This is a brilliant battle. I think it's going to go on for quite a while. Lewis just sitting on top 10, but Neo obviously in the final points position for the sprint race. Neo gets slapped with a 3-second. Oh, Neo. That is so unfortunate, my friend. But all we know is right now, Remote is on the back of Hazard. And it's going to be DRS coming into play, ladies and gentlemen. Hazard's going to have to stay with Remote or push away from Remote as quick as he can. But also, they have to think about Harbs behind them. But that DRS flap, as you see there, is now open on that AlphaTauri. And he is chasing down the one and only Hazard. DRS not that effective. Maybe it is effective. Maybe we don't know. But all we see is Remote going for it around the outside. It's going to be lovely racing between these two. Hazard having a little slide. Covers Remote off. Remote going to go for the switchback through this corner. If he gets good exit, this would be a beautiful move. He does get a good exit. Hazard covers it. Remote's going to go for it down inside. Remote gets it done, but Hazard goes for the switchback. This is a battle that's still going on. Remote on the inside. Hazard around the outside. Hazard committing to trying to get that precision back. Cannot get it back. They're sitting right behind Remote, and now has the chance with DRS. The flap is open, and it's now Hazard on Remote with DRS this time. Going up to the first corner. Has a lovely run on Remote. Can't outbrake himself into the first corner. Remote will be looking for the switchback. You can see he's looking for the switchback. He gets a lovely exit, but Hazard covers it off perfectly. And now Hazard retakes the lead of the sprint race. Just going back and looking now. Pencil, Massa, Neo doing Neo dropping off quite a bit. More falling to the likes of Thunder and then attacking on Pencil. I say he's quite close, to be fair. I took Neo out of the equation before even looking at the timings. But Harbs is now getting involved with this battle for P1. Could Harbs take the sprint race win out of nowhere? We have got 3 laps. We're over halfway through the sprint. Just interesting to see what is happening here. And all I can see right now is Remote's going to look for it down the outside once again. Has a covering. Remote following. Is Remote going to try the old chestnut again? Try to go down the inside this corner in a minute. Doesn't get the greatest exit. Hazard gets a better exit. Remote looks at brakes late. Nearly makes contact, or if not, makes contact with Hazard. You see this camera beautiful. You can see him chasing him down through the long corner past the viewing tower. I love that viewing tower. And that is contact there between Massa and Pencil. They're still going for it, ladies and gentlemen, around the long curve. And there's contact there. Neo taking off track. Luckily, Neo doesn't get put into a wall severely or anything. You see Massa and Pencil are still going for it, lap after lap. Remote's looking for it on Hazard. Stays behind him from now. Elite shots, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. He's not having the greatest sprint race. Down in 12th. Pencil versus Massa still going. Neo drops down a place to Thunder. 2 Alfa Romeos looking good to finish in the points here for the sprint race. A very few points at that. But the 2 Ferraris are going to be fighting any seconds. And Harbs won't like that because Harbs wants to be top of his game. You see Sonic struggling. Neo has retired as he put that into a wall. I'm guessing so because Thunder looks like he's at the moment as well. So I'm guessing Neo out due to a contact with Thunder and being put into a wall. Hazard's now got defender once again from Remote, so we'll ride with these 2 for now. Down the back straight it goes, sunsetting in good old Texas, and you can see that Thunder dropping down positions. Obviously got damage and obviously is not going how he would have wanted it to go. Crazy to see Alpha Tower and Red Bull fighting. It's mega. But we have got 2 laps left of the sprint and my voice is dying. So let's hope this goes quick. So, Remote still behind Hazard after all these laps. They've both been fighting it out, trading places, team racing. Massa still behind Pencil. Logan gaining on the Ferraris, which he would like. If he can hunt them down and even get one, that would be mega from him, a mega performance. The only Mercedes driving at the moment, especially with Durach's DNF. You can see Logan will want this as well. After Japan, after his DNF, he'll want to make some recovery and get some points here. Today, we know what Logan can do. We know, we've seen it before. He fought for the championship in season 1 against his teammate Pharrell. Pharrell coming out successful in the end as Logan had an issue during the final race of the season. I think Ferrari have got good strategy here, not swapping places, just following each other. Massa and Pencil are still going at it. Massa down the inside after the back straight, covers off Pencil. This is a beautiful battle between these 2. Both very quick drivers. Pencil being here from season 1, I want to say, or season 2. Massa not here for that long. Andy will get slapped with a penalty. And Pencil keeping it. But look at that switchback. And look at that move from Massa. They're wheel to wheel still. And you just see Pencil. Yeah, Pencil gets the move done. But Junior now just sitting behind Harbs. That's what they would want to do. They don't want to fight this out. They can just get back and try it and get some points here. But it's the final lap of the sprint race. And Hazard is leading Remote, but barely. Remote will probably make a move late game to try and take this. And Hazard's done very well to keep Remote behind him all this time. Logan's going to be happy with that P5 in the sprint race. Obviously, it's only a sprint race. The points that'll be given is from P1 to P8. No fastest lap points, just points in general. So Hazard at the moment will get 8, but will Remote get 8? Remote's fighting for them 8 points on his F1 RL debut. And really showing up some of our icon drivers and saying, I'm here, ready to fight. And if you want me to be here, I will be here. That's if he wants to be there. That is. All I know is right now is Hazard is leading Remote. Will Remote go for a last lap move? Will he risk anything? Hazard covering the inside. Remote switches to the inside. Fakes it out. Hazard breaks early. Trying to get the better exit. And he does get the better exit. Beautiful move from Hazard there. Remote still has the inside. Hazard stays around the outside. This is a last lap sprint race fight. And you can see now Remote's going to switch it to the inside. Does make contact. It's very close. But Hazard takes the lead and keeps the lead. Coming through the final big curve now. You can see the Ferraris are fighting each other with Logan in the back of him. Pencil gets slapped with a penalty, so that means Massa surely is going to confirm that position. But it's going to be one man to win the sprint unless there's a late move. There's not a late move, so Hazard crosses the line to win the sprint race here in Kota. Remote P2 pushing it to the line. The two Ferraris finishing third and fourth. Logan following up in fifth. Massa crossing the line in sixth with Pencil up into 7th in the end. And Dilb's going to lose that position, no doubt, to Elite Shots. No, he's not. He doesn't. Never mind. Sorry, they both a penalty. But Latifi gains the position on Elite Shots. But your top 8 all getting points. So 1 point for Dilb, 2 for Pencil, 3 for Massa, 4 for Logan, 5 for Harbs. Junior getting the 6 points in the end. Remote getting 7. And Hazard victorious in the sprint and on pole for the actual race. Sonic just putting it in a wall because he's useless. Even though he set such a good lap. Dead last. Well, not dead last, but near the bottom. Andy Moore coming out well in the end. P12, so gains a couple positions for the race. The McLaren's looking good in P8 and P9, but the Ferraris are looking feisty there in P3 and P4. But the one man came out on top in the end, and that was Sir Hazard. Waiting for Sonic to cross the line. And there we go. So, there you go then, ladies and gentlemen. That is your results for the sprint race. Hazard winning and starting on pole for tomorrow's, well, not tomorrow's, the Grand Prix. I don't know, I said tomorrow. I'm so used to listening to bloody Sky Sports saying that. Hazard starting on pole for the race. Remote starting on the front row alongside him. The two Ferraris looking out the second row like they did in normal qualifying for this sprint race. Logan in P5 happy in that Mercedes, gaining some 4 points. His first points of the season. Massa, Pencil and Dilb running out the points for the sprint, but we'll stay here because the race is shortly getting underway. We are here. It's time for the race. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And when will our drivers go? The safety car's out. That's because bloody Durage, man. That's Durage's fault. What's Latifi doing? So say, Latifi, what are you doing, man? Safety car's out because of Durage's AI car. What do you expect from this game? I just don't get it. I don't get this game sometimes. So Latifi get to keep them positions then? This is why I mean, like, people join and leave. I get like he's ill and whatnot, but we kind of just like don't. Yeah, I don't know. Or I just don't understand it. But safety car's out. You give me a bit of a break, so you can watch some safety car drive around on the first lap of the Grand Prix. I'm sorry, am I tripping out or did I just see someone leave the session? Safety car's in this lap. Has Junior left? Junior has left. So I'll get him an invite ASAP. Sorry everyone who has to watch this. Need to get Junior in. Send 2 invites to him, hopefully he gets back. in time. But jumps to the back of the grid. Right! You're going racing in Kota for the first time in the actual race. 18 laps. Only a 35% race due to the sprint today. Neo getting frustrated because he's behind an AI car. But what can Hazard do? What can Remote do? Look at the variation on strategy. Some mediums, a lot on softs. We'll find out here. Hazard literally going slow to the line, and he launches. Hazard leading everyone on the safety car restart. And he's done well, and you can see Harbs has done well on the start as well, making a bit of contact with the Altari. Goes wide. Logan now getting involved with Harbs. Logan trying to put himself on the podium. Him versus Hub. Ferrari versus Mercedes. Basically, Vettel versus Hamilton. And you can just see Logan gets ahead with a lovely move there. Up into P3 and onto the podium. Remote on the back of Hazard. And them two already putting almost a second to P3. Trying to clear themselves a bit there. You can see Massa doing quite well there. Pencil down into P12. Neo's up into full team. Overtaking his teammate who's in 15th. Duraj, obviously AI and Junior AI. Even though I've invited Junior back. A second now. Logan is behind Remote. And you can see these top two getting it done and fighting it out. You can see the McLaren of Latifi going for a move on Massa. 4P5. Into the braking they go. Can Latifi get the switchback done? Can't get a good enough exit to complete the switchback there. And so far it's all Remote. Purple set to 2. Trying to fight back on Hazard after missing out just on the sprint race. He's now trying to fight for that P1 in the main race. And that is probably what he'll want more than anything. Nova putting himself into points position now. And probably was in the points position. P10 for him. Neo making some places as well. You can see right now P13 fighting with Pencil and Thunder. And Nova on the mediums. Quite far off. Remote. Fastest lap. Just cooking a bit. Thunder. Pencil's dropped positions. Pencil had the moment. He might have done. But all I know is Thunder is now taking the final points position. Neo's there on the comeback drive as well. Mental. Absolutely mental. Bental. Chicken. Oriental. Neo and Nova in the point. Well, Nova in the points. Neo now in the point. Look at this. And there's contact. And Nova taking out Neo. I'll call that in 4K. And if Neo reports that, well, I have to see the POVs there. But I don't know what to think about that, to be honest. Only catching a glimpse of it. But here we go then. Harbs back past Logan. And Logan's now got to try and fight back for that position. You can see Latifi in the background going for the move on Massa. One Altari in P2, one Altari in P5. Fighting for P5. Latifi gets pushed up track. Latifi, I thought was going to try it into that corner. Does not try it into that corner. Latifi's got to keep stability of their car and get it to the end this time instead of DNFing. This fighting all over track. Pencil versus Nova. Pencil can't let Nova beat him, surely. We know what Pencil's got in the locker. You can see that. Nova's hanging on for all his life. But Pencil down the inside, pushing Nova wide. Nova having to back off mid-corner. And Pencil getting the move done. Latifi passing Massa. And I've been kicked out of the session. So an invite would be appreciated from anyone. Because that's the first time that's happened today. And that's really annoying. I apologise to anyone who's watching and having to see me get kicked out of the session. It's now taking forever for me to leave the session. I don't get where that comes from. Hopefully, yeah, Neo sent me an invite. Neo's my goat. I don't get why that happens. I don't get why that happens. I apologise. I'm sorry. That's 2 weeks of technical difficulties. Joining session. Please wait. And we're missing out on racing action. And we join back, and hopefully it works this time and doesn't just kick us out mid-race. It's just so annoying, especially as a commentator as well. Because obviously you're the only one who's watching the race. And Remote now leads the Grand Prix, so we missed that move. It might have just happened Remote now leading the Grand Prix. Harbs and Logan find. Logan's going to go for a move down the inside. Can he make it stick? So close, and contact made, and Harbs defending the position for now. Let me just get everything back up. There we go, we're back. Nova's pitted for the hard, so obviously might pick up some damage from a battle. But Remote now leading and putting a gap on Hazard. Hazard is not going to be happy with that. Pencil, 3-second time point for multiple ones. Neo retires from the session. And that's brought out a safety car. So what's actually happened to Neo then? That's what I want to know. Has he just binned it? Can you look quick? You look like you have pace. I don't know. But Neo out of the session. And the second safety car is out. I need 20 laps and we've had 2 safety cars already. I'm really depressed to say that Littler has beat Humphreys in the quarterfinals shed. I know you're already watching. So what the structure is going to change here? So Remote's coming into the pits. Does Hazard follow? Hazard going right. Oh, no, he has followed. Not bad. For me, it looked like he didn't. Logan, most of the stop, I think everyone's going to come in. It's a free pit stop. Oh, Alpha Mega double stack here. Logan gets out just alright. Hazard gets out alright. Remote gets out all good. Mediums, hards. Remote's gone hards. People gone mediums. Hard's probably the safer option, but mediums can make it last. Pencil on the mediums. Andy on the hards. Duraj obviously in AI mode. But it does decide to pit Nova on the hards. Not going to gain anything there, but he is still in the same compound, but it'll be back with the grid. But there's your changing strategies, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies with gentle hands. I'm dying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not feeling good at all. But F1 RL is my priority, so who cares about my health? You gonna see a safety car in soon or not? No. Right. Anyway, let's talk about the strategies, especially with Remote and Hazard. Obviously, Hazard going for the mediums, wants to be quick on that safety car restart, but Remote playing the long game here. He's gone for the hards just to be safe of keeping them tyres to the end. But yet again, 12 laps on medium tyres, or even 11 laps, don't know how many laps it's going to be, is not impossible. And maybe Hazard has made the right call, but Logan also lurking there. Now in the podium positions, the Merc wants to get a podium here today. It'd be a better start than Japan. but they have got Harbs and Latifi behind them. Elite Shot's doing well in P6 at the moment. On the other hand, let's look down nearer the ends of the points. Dill P10, Sonic P11, Pencil P12, Andy there in P13. Then Nova even get involved. Nova has got pace, there's no denying that, but it's not as much as usual, not as much as anyone else. You know what I mean? But Neo, the only sole DNFer of this actual race, and Nova gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Anthony Moore. Surely the safety car's going to mean this that. I'm ready to go. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Safety car. Try not to die, ladies and gentlemen. Remote's going to be leading the safety car restart then. For the first time in F1 RL. So, when will remote go then? On the safety car restart, start lap 9 of 20 here in Kota. Of a chaotic sprint, well I say Kota, interesting sprint. What can I do to wrap up this race in style as the launch gets underway? And Hazard, credits to Hazard there, has done well off the restart. And could it even be a move into turn 1? Could Logan look for a move on Hazard into turn 1? We don't know. See, most cars getting through quite alright. We look into the background. Some cars dropping off the pace, but Hazard staying on the gearbox of remote there. See, look at this move from the Williams driver on Thunder to retain his position. Dill gets stuck with a 3-second time penalty. I think he had to try and take avoid an action to avoid a crash there. But Hazard is still there in P2, but Logan and Harbs well in the fight now for this. If they can stay with them, Harbs might look for a move on Logan. You see, breaks late, touches Logan, pushes Logan through the corner. Goes down the inside. A bit of contact, a bit late braking from Harbs, but Harbs knows you can brake a bit later than that. You can see Remote down the straight trying to get Hazard not in the slipstream, but Hazard has got in the slipstream and Hazard's going for it into the corner after the back straight, pushing each other. Wheel to wheel racing, ladies and gentlemen. And could Hazard take this on the inside now, pushing Remote. Now Remote's going to have the inside. On here, will Hazard cover it? Hazard chooses not to. Remote goes for it. Hazard full of switchback again. Has the outside line now. Round the long curve. Can he make it happen? It looks like he's going to make it happen. As he goes a bit deep there, Remote still fighting with him. But Hazard now with the inside line switches it. And Hazard leading the Grand Prix after what was a move that was coming through a lot of section of corners. Latifi and P5 having a race of their career at the moment. Andy and Nova fighting it, going off track. Obviously, there's a rivalry there, and then Dylan having to come into the pits. Obviously, with damage. So Hazard then being overtaken by Remote. So Remote's got the position back. Obviously, probably going into turn 1. So now Hazard's got to fight this back. But look at Logan. Pace is there. ERS is there. Harbs is at the pace in the ERS as well. And Latifi is gaining on these. This could be a 5-way battle for the lead before you know it. Hopefully Harbs keeps it clean here with Logan. Both two quick drivers deserve to be fighting for this race win. But once again, Logan braking quite early. Harbs knows he can brake later. So Harbs probably getting quite frustrated with the Mercedes in front of him. But here we go then. It's Hazard draining his ERS. As Remote's not even using his ERS. Knows he's quite far ahead. Was Hazard going to try it down into the end? Yes, he is. Harbs doesn't. Hazard does. And Hazard is now ahead once again. This is mental to see. Halfway through the race now. This is absolute chaos. And Hazard leading the race. Crazy. Absolute craziness. Now can Remote stay with him? Remote has the tyre advantage long distance. But Hazard has the tyre advantage now. Their medium's still in their prime. And Logan really needs to try and stay with these cars ahead now. Otherwise he can call it a day. DRS enable then, ladies and gentlemen. Is Remote going to try it down into turn 1 again? No, he's not. Nova not having the race that you would want today. You can tell he's annoyed, quite annoyed probably with Andy Moore, I am guessing. And that's sector 1. That's the yellow flag, and that is pen swap nose. So obviously a contact with someone there, or even a spin. But he drops down the pack now into P12. Hazard doing very well at the moment, staying composed in P1, but can he hold out P1 here to take a race win? Sector 2 yellow flag, and Zonic retires from the session and is pulling the wall, and that's going to be a safety car again. So what has happened to Zonic here? On the exit, has he put it into a wall? Can we find from Andy's POV? Yes, he has. So Zonic in the wall and out the session. Safety car out again. Parallel Harry can breathe a little bit better. Hazard comes into the pits. It's a big risk. And he's going for the softs. And he's going to drop quite far down the grid. Wow. Mental. Deal gets 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Hazard drops down to P10 now. Is that a bad call? We have another lap of the safety car. No doubt, because there's still cars that need to catch up. Logan is in P2. I'm actually dying, man. Savage. Absolute horror show. So Hazard's got a lot of work to do. Henson knows coming into the pit. He's got to try something, I'm guessing. But Logan. I mentioned Logan, my goat. If Logan somehow wins this, then he's going to carry us in Pro Clubs later. Safety car should be in at the end of this lap, however, because most of the cars have caught up. Safety cars in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I've been sitting here really quiet. I've been on my phone because what else is there to do under a safety car? Logan Birch, my goat. Come on, Stan. Remote the reserve driver. Could well and take a race win here. We're going to have lap 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 7 laps of racing to come your way. A push to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry my voice is getting annoying. I'm sure it probably is getting annoying, but we don't care. I'm still here, committed. Safety car's in the pit lane, and Remote goes early before the last corner to get a good launch. And do you know what? He smashed the launch. And Logan Birch has had a shocker, and all of a sudden, Harbs is on the back of him with instant effect. Ty still getting warmed up in the background. There's a battle here between Hazard and the Williams, and the Alfa Romeo going off track. It's just allowed Hazard to slip through. Hazard up into P7 all of a sudden. Game on here for the Red Bull driver. He wants to try and get them positions back ASAP. You can see how much he'll be pushing. His next target is Elite Shots. Elite Shots going to have to be careful because we know Hazard is feisty and he will go for the move if and where he can. Look at Remote. Already putting a second between him and Logan. Logan's struggling and Harbs is on the back of him with ease. You see, look how early Logan's braking. He's trail braking, trying to get the car stopped. And Hazard gets past Elite Shots up into P6. Now it's time to push on the cars ahead. Hazard has used quite a bit of VRS and Remote is already a second clear down the road of Logan, who is in P2. Harbs in P3. See the lockup there from Logan's that might allow Harbs to get involved. But look at Hazard on Massa, and you can look at Hazard passing Massa, and look at Hazard in front of Massa. What a move from the Red Bull driver there. Up into P5. Game on. Latifi just got to be careful. A raging Hazard behind him. Look at the gains already from that Red Bull on that soft compound tyre. He's got a way to go yet, but I'm sure he'll be fighting back with everything. Nova and Andy Moore fighting it out. Down for no points, but still fighting it out. And Hazard now wants to try and get past Latifi as quick as they can, and it's got to try and get past Harbs and Logan to even get near Remote, and that in itself is a challenge. Knowing Hazard and Latifi, hopefully it'll be nice and clean from these two. They're both nice and clean racers. Obviously Hazard had his moments with Night Owl last season because he got hot-headed, but trust me, he's a reformed man now. I made sure of that as well, and he's excited here to race today. And you can look at Latifi gaining on the P3 and P2. And look at the penalties coming through. So Nova has left the session. So I have to send Nova an invite here. But we'll try and watch Hazard get involved. Friends, where is Nova? Ladies and gentlemen, there is Nova. Nova has got his invite, so he cannot moan. But Hazard going past Latifi then. And Latifi's just going to follow Hazard down the straight with a bit of slipstream. And you can see right now, Harbs and Logan still going at it. But it's a remote 2.3 down the road. And Hazard's now got to try and get past these two very quick drivers. Try and get near remote. And like I said, that's going to be a challenge in itself. And you can see how much Hazard wants this. Is he going to go for it? He taps the back of Harbs. And Harbs goes off track. And there's a bit of contact. That could be penalty worthy. He loses the position. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's one of them things. But they continue on. And now Hazard is in front of Harbs. Now Harbs will not play nice with Hazard either. Next up, Logan Birch. And Logan Birch will be happy with this podium position at the moment. Let's hope he can keep that for his sake and Mercedes' sake. To keep the points coming. Nova back in the session. Good to see there. Good to see him back. And good to see him back in the Alpine racing. Now he's got to try and gain to Andy Morgan. Hazard within DRS range of Logan now. And Logan 3 seconds up for remote. So Hazard needs to get this move done this lap. And then full charge towards remote. And they both are on equal enough ERS deployment. And you see Nova coming into the pit lane then. New set of tyres. New set of softs. Hards, mediums. New set of softs. Might be going for a fast lap attempt. You never know with Nova. He might have the pace. He's got nothing to lose now. He can go for the pit. And you can look at the gains already. Harbs 1.4 off. And Hazard 4 tenths off Logan. This is ridiculous. And Logan's struggling almost through that corner. With still the braking. But now Hazard's got better braking than him. Hazard going for the movement on Logan. You can see the car in the lead. And that is remote. And all of a sudden, Logan, is he going to try it down the inside? No, he's not. So Hazard puts himself P2 again. Game on for the top two at the moment. Lap 16 out of 20. One on softs, one on hards. One more ERS, one with less ERS. One cooking, one cooking. But who's going to cook the most? You only find out here, live on Twitch. Do not go anywhere. Pencil gets stuck with another 3-second time penalty. He'll not want that. He's in P8 at the moment with 6 seconds worth of penalties. Dilb and Latifi, P5 and P6, the two McLarens running a lovely race. And Dilb might look for it on Latifi. Latifi does go wide, but then covers it off. And now Harbs under pressure from two McLarens. And Latifi goes off track, comes back onto track. Dilb and Latifi make sure they don't make contact there. Teammates need to get points. 2.3 is the gap. Up ahead now, Latifi versus Dilb. Dilb going for the move on Latifi. Dilb with a penalty, but on the soft compounds, but with no ERS. Lewis retired from the session. As he put it in the wall, he's retired in the pit lane. So Lewis, obviously, day done for him, not what he would have wanted. 2 Astons DNFing and a Williams DNFing now. So no points for them teams, which is disappointing to see, really. 2.1 is the gap. Hazard is pushing and is cooking. But how long will the tyres hang on for? I'm the focus on this Harbs, Dilb and Latifi battle, as Logan's nowhere near anyone in P3, so he might confirm a podium here today in Kota, even though he moaned about it earlier. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Latifi's dropping off Dilb. Dilb's cooking. Dilb! Stop! You're not allowed to do this. Dilb's cooking. DRS deployed. ERS. Any ERS he's got left he wants deployed is to go for it down the inside. Doesn't get the move done. Pencil fighting Latifi. Latifi dropping off. And Latifi fading. Latifi is fading. Parallel Harry. 2 seconds. Not making that much improvements on Remote. And Remote can see himself secure a win here. Dilb's going for P4. Ladies and gentlemen. Dilb cooking on them soft compounds of tyres. Makes contact with Harbs. Harbs gets 3 seconds for getting pushed off the track. No doubt that's going to get removed in my opinion. I saw that. That is going to have to get removed. Dilb pushed him and he had nowhere to go. Dilb gets now stuck with a 3 second time penalty. Game on for them two. Latifi, the only one without a penalty. You see Pencil going for the move on Harbs. Late lunge. And Pencil is cooking out on them soft compound tyres. They're both racing it out. Harbs might be getting enough. Having enough of people overtaking him here. So it might be head down, game on. You can see Pencil's pushing him. But Pencil gets the move done. Latifi might even get the move done. Latifi out of nowhere. Also nearly wheel to wheel with Harbs. And it is going to be wheel to wheel with Harbs. But can't get it done. Unfortunately, Remote maintaining that gap. Hazard's tyres might have finally dropped off enough. But Dilb is catching, ladies and gentlemen, on Logan. Logan's going to need to concentrate now. And could Dilb try and even snatch a podium here? This would be mega to see. from the McLaren drive, but the penalties are involved. Lap 18 of 20, and I'm still waffling on about this race. 17 starters, 14 still running. Yeah, crazy. Absolute craziness. Logan needs to start cooking on that Fanatec. I know what he can do. Has a out of VRS basically, and has his top wind charge. Might be over for Kota. Dakota or Kota, that is the question. Logan's sliding, struggling on their mediums now by the looks of it. Dilb's got pace, ladies and gentlemen. Dilb has got pace. Set to 3. And that is an Alfa Romeo of Thunder. I thought it was Pencil for a second, but it's Thunder. So Thunder having a moment there off track, but it still comes out in front of Andy Moore. But penalties applied. Penalties applied. Andy Moore will finish in the points today. On the penultimate lap then, and Dilb, ladies and gentlemen, is on the back of Shed. This is amazing to see. Shed is fully washed. Especially if Dilb's quicking a new around the track. I know it's new softs, but still. Them new softs did come in well. And then Hazard managed to get himself back up to P2. Dilb P4, Pencil P5. Andy and Nova obviously had their own problems. So that's why they're not doing. But we still got a lap and a half to go here. And the real battle is Latifi, Pencil, Dilb, and even Logan now. As Logan's falling into Dilb's grasp. I'm waffling. Oh, look at Logan sliding. Logan's struggling. Nova's getting penalty on penalty at the moment. And this, Logan's just got to try and hang on now. One more lap to go when we might cross the line. Remote is going to be on his way for his first F1 RL win. Logan's all over the place. Pressure is on and Dilb on the back of him. We'll watch this battle then, because this is the battle that's going to go to the end. Dilb chasing Logan. Logan's struggling. Thunder gets stuck with a penalty. And he's definitely going to be in the points now. Pencil with a lot of penalties. He's going to drop a lot of places. Harb's down to P7. Latifi in P6 could pick up P4 here from Dilb even. They're lucky. But right now, Dilb fighting with Logan. He's going to go for it. Oh, he's got to try and avoid contact this late in the race. I'm sorry, if Dilb made contact there, that would break my heart in my opinion. Is Dilb going to go for it down the inside? He does not risk it. He's going to try. What is that, Dilb? Making contact with Shed like that is vile. DRS or no DRS? That's the question. He has got DRS. Logan's going to have to let it slide. And they've got to try and stay with Dilb. Dilb has got the penalty. Logan's going to go for it down the inside. No fucks given from Logan here. Logan versus Dilb on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Dilb obviously with the penalty. Can they keep it clean? Logan around the outside, struggling for traction. Turns into the inside line. And all of a sudden, Logan on that Fanatec keeps the position for now. Can Dilb get a good exit out on them softs? No, he cannot. Logan's got to hang on here. But there's one man to win it here today. In Kota. Remote has done it. And he crosses the line to win. And Dilb at the moment has a P2. Logan's going to come P3 and get his first podium of the season. Pencil inherits P4, P3. So what happened to Logan there? Why did Logan drop off? What happened to Logan? So Logan goes P4. So Pence takes the podium. Latifi P5. Hart P6. Massa P7. Elite P8. Andy P9. Dilb drops to P10. Thunder P11. Nova out of the points in P12. And obviously the two AI runners. But what happened to Logan Birch? Right. After consideration, you're going to see the podium here. Me and Remote use the same avatar. Come on, Remote! But Pencil has not got P3, ladies and gentlemen. He is on P4. Logan has admitted it's a game glitch, and I believe that now Logan has been reinstated with his podium. So Logan does get a podium for Mercedes here today. They done, ladies and gentlemen. They done, and you can see our podium celebrating. Remo wins his first F1 RL race, denying Hazard of that race win this season. But Hazard is there, ladies and gentlemen, and him and Smiffy are going to cook what looks to be a great championship battle. I've been Fraser, the Jamaican Bacon, whatever you want to call me. God, yes. F1 RL owner, yes. I'm back next week for a track we don't know. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.